and welcome to the Team Venom Comic Podcast. I'm your host, Connor Franks, and I'm joined by the creator of independent comic book Wulfsbane, Aaron Henry John. Thank you for joining me, Aaron.
Hey, nice to be here. How are you doing, Connor?
I'm good, man. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to talk comics, especially ones that are in the works and up and coming. Makes me feel all fancy, like I have exclusives. Firstly, as a Marvel fan, I can't help but notice there's a similarity between your character and Marvel's own character of the same name, albeit different spelling. Was this an influence on your work, or just one of those coincidences?
Honestly, it was just a coincidence. I'm not really too familiar on all the werewolf characters in Marvel, except Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just curious. Well, you're here today to talk about Wulfsbane, obviously. But just before we get into that, what was your inspiration to create your own comic?
Honestly, it was just my love of the medium in general. I remember looking back at it, I couldn't really find a lot of things that I was pretty much interested that blended those two together. And by that I mean horror comics and detective comics. But yeah.
Well, obviously you're gonna talk about issue 1. But how many issues are you planning so far for your series?
Honestly, I was planning on having at least a minimum of 30, and at max, if we can continue having this going, 45 to 50.
That's a great run. Well, fingers crossed you get the full run, because that'd be really cool. As you said yourself, there's not much in the combination of horror and detective comics. So it's nice to know that there's something a little different coming to the market.
Indeed.
What's your process being for Wulfsbane?
My process?
Yeah, from creation to, thinking of the story.
Okay. So it all pretty much I forget how the story started actually. I believe I was actually watching some horror movies or whatnot. And I was thinking, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there's something like this in the comic medium where you could have all these team ups and whatnot? Because I forget what I was watching. I think it was a slasher movie. But either way, I started doing the character designs. And believe it or not, the detective stuff didn't come until like much later in the process.
Okay.
Because I started noticing that even if you're looking at like basic horror movie stuff, there's like an element of mystery to what they'd have. And I thought, hey, if I can flesh this out and make the characters shine a little bit more, then that'd be great.
Yeah, very fair play. Well, tell us a little bit about Wulfsbane's origins or the story, what people can expect from picking up.
Okay, so in the first issue, we actually begin at a crime scene. And in this crime scene, we have the main one of the, I say 3 to 4 main characters, Detective Jack Mulligan, is investigating the scene. So what he's pretty much doing there is he's trying to figure out who killed this teenager's father. And it just so happens that the teenager is the only person there that knew anything about what happened. So as he's getting questions from her and whatnot, he's suddenly attacked by a werewolf. And this throws us all full circle into the whole dilemma of the book.
Yeah.
He has to he has to find a way to figure out who the werewolf is, what's actually happening, because nothing like this has ever happened in town. And he also has to figure out if the werewolf is even a threat to begin with.
Okay. I was thinking about before we started the interview. Yeah. Werewolves have sort of died down in most medias. You know, there was a boom at one point where we had, you know, movies and they were in TV shows, and then I think now we're on the back end of like the zombie boom. Have you always loved like those kind of werewolf things, or did you like the idea of bringing something that's no longer a major focus in mediums?
Honestly, I do love werewolves. If you ask anyone, that's pretty much my favorite. And to be honest, I do realize that the zombie craze is popular, but I honestly don't think that's for me. I don't know what it is.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
There's a few like Zombieland, those kind of films, because they make me laugh, that I like, but
Exactly.
yeah, I think with zombies they've been played out too much.
Exactly. Like the closest one, if I can actually do a shout out, there's this one zombie comic that it came out in 2020 and it's really good. It's called Worms Crawl In by Dan Smith. That has an interesting take on the zombie genre.
Like, write that down so I don't forget it. There we go. All right. So
yeah.
After you've planned a huge run of Wulfsbane, which is great because we know a lot of people who don't really think past the first issue of what they're doing. You already planning a massive run, so clearly it's something that you're very passionate about and you care about a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you're having such a huge run planned, is this your sole focus in the comic medium, or do you have other projects or ideas just floating around waiting for that time?
Well, I try to keep busy, and I try to keep an open mind just in case, you know, let's say Wulfsbane isn't doing too popular. That will be my primary focus, but I also do want other stuff planned ahead, because for Wulfsbane Comics, which is my company, I'm planning on doing a massive, well, not massive. I'm planning on doing some sort of multiverse in the future.
Okay.
So yeah, so I believe that this is just the first phase of my plan.
Ah, okay, very nice. Well, the people, you know, they've heard about Wulfsbane, they've heard the introduction, they've heard of what kind of comic it's going to be. Where can our viewers or listeners find your work?
Right now, you can view my work on Wulfsbanecomics.com. There, we're going to be trying to, you know, sign up for our newsletter, all that. You can also find me on Twitter. That's where I mainly try to post my news. Again, it's Wulfsbanecomics.com. And in there, there's a link tree to all my other social media.
Well, all the viewers that are watching, you can find that in the description. We'll lay it all there, so it's very easy for them to find your stuff. It's very intriguing. I was looking at your artwork and things on Indiegogo, and I will say to the people listening and watching, the artwork is very cool. It all looks very good. I'm excited to personally check this out myself, and I implore anyone who's listening or watching to do the same. But yeah, I think that's good, Aaron. Is there anything else you want to talk about Wulfsbane? Is there anything else?
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. The floor's yours, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear the air. The Indiegogo is actually the campaign is over, but we will be launching worldwide to everyone, planning in October of 2021. So be on the lookout for that.
All right, 2021 October is a good. That's day. Werewolves October. It's meant to be.
Indeed.
Well, thank you for joining me, Aaron. It's been a pleasure. It's been good to hear about Wulfsbane. Thank you for watching and listening to all you guys at home, and we'll see you guys next time.